Hey everyone, I just wanted to record a quick video because Phasmophobia got an update, a very, very big one. And watch me, I play a lot of Phasmophobia. I enjoy it. I play a lot of it with my friends. So I real quickly just wanted to go over this update and I think what it will mean. There's some things you don't understand, just overall, like, just everything. I just want to go over everything. Um, because it's really interesting. It has a lot of cool parts. I also have Phasmophobia up in case I need to switch to that to show something specifically. But they revamped the entire progression system. If you don't know what this means, it means you lost everything. I just uploaded or just downloaded the update, and you don't have any of your items. Everything's gone. Um, you have nothing. No level, no money, no equipment. Everything is gone. It was very upsetting when I heard it and I saw it. But what are you gonna do? They're gonna update it how they want to update it. Initially, they added a progression system around prestiging. Um, so it's a little interesting. I don't entirely know if I like it, but it's a kind of cool idea. So how prestiging works is you start it well, for a new player you start at prestige 0 level 1. So we'll base it off that. Prestige 0 level 1. Once you get to level 100, you can prestige, obviously, and you'll go back down to level 1, but then you'll gain a prestige. It's just like a, hey, look at me, I play this game a lot kind of thing. However, and let me switch to Faz real quick. If you see, I'm prestige 1 level 1 because they did that for everyone who had the game. It's for new players who just bought it. If you go to the Ghost store, you lose everything. Now, I didn't play this game too much, but I was like level 85 or something. I now have nothing. You have no items, no money, no nothing. Okay? Little upsetting. I will admit, little upsetting, but um it gets a little better, I guess. So we're gonna hop back over to the window. So you have two options when you get to level 100. You can prestige and go back. However, you lose all your items. Um, you don't lose your maps though. Remember that. Any maps you have, you don't lose. So you just lose the leveling requirement for items. I don't know if you lose items and money. I just know you don't lose maps. That's all I'll say. Or if you choose not to prestige, you can just keep going up. You can go past level 100. Uh, However, I'm pretty sure that if you get to like prestige level 0, level 200, and you prestige, you only get one prestige out of that. Even though you're two times the requirement, you don't get double. You only get one. So if you're going for prestiges, just prestige. Don't keep going. You get a free legacy badge if you've already played it. Um, this is kind of dumb, admittedly. I was talking to this with my buddies, but we thought it was gonna be some really cool badge. It's not. It's literally just a black box with numbers on it that says your old level. It's stupid. It's just a black box with a number in the middle, and you can change the color of the number. It's this isn't something you're gonna go crazy over. It's not that important. I wouldn't worry about it. Moving on, we have equipment, and this is a huge update on equipment. So each equipment now has three tiers. You know how the game only had 22 items? Yeah, you can read that right. Now it has 60, which I think is really, really cool. And each item, I want to note this because they put a lot of effort into this, and I want to praise where it deserves. Each item tier has a completely different look and different work. Like it works different, obviously, but they added just a completely different skin, and I think that's really awesome because, and I'm pulling up fast again. If you go to the items here, see, that's not the normal EMF. The one below it is the requirement level 20. They gave it a whole new skin, so it looks like it's more of a budget one. I think that's awesome. I'm going back. I think that's such a cool little detail to where it looks more of like a budget EMF rather than the more expensive one. I awesome. Absolutely awesome change. Tiers cost a large sum of money to unlock, but each tier will cost the same to bring into a contract. So let's go back to EMF. An EMF level 2 is going to cost, let's say, like $100 to even unlock it after becoming the right level. However, even if you get the higher tier, actually putting it into the game to use is the exact same. So if an EMF is usually $20 and you get the tier 2, it's still going to be $20 to put into the game. It's not going to, so I do enjoy that. I'm not upset about that. To upgrade each piece of equipment, reach the level required, go to the shop and press on the item's UI tile on the screen, then hit upgrade. I don't know if you need money. It says it you do right here, but I don't know. I'm not high enough level. I literally just read the patch notes and said, "Hey, let's record it." They renamed evidence. This isn't that big of a deal. You can just look over it. Civil names will accommodate changes to upgrade tiers. So fingerprints is now ultraviolet. It's a UV light, so it makes sense. This isn't that important. You'll get it. Um, this is a big change. Dots, dots projector. So me personally, I hate dots projector. They're the old version. The old version was just boring. You'd set it down and then you would either wait in that room or go set up a camera and then wait in the van. And I hate van play. I hate sitting in the van. It's not fun. Like going and running in with Spirit Box and EMF is so much of a better experience. But they redid it. They said, we felt that Dots wasn't a very interactive evidence type, so we completely refactored it from the ground up. Instead of being a clone of the ghost, so when it walks through it won't be a white thing. It gets spawned and revealed dots. The following will happen. You will no longer get a duplicate Dots ghost or Dots triggering during events, hunts, or other interactions. Um, Admittedly, I don't entirely know what this means. I just know that like if a ghost is hunting and it walks through it, that won't be counted. I don't know. Um, Ghosts with dots evidence can now enter a dots short dots state where they are temporarily visible with infrared light. In this time, they will wander towards the nearest player before disappearing if the player is in the same room. I really like this because it's not like you waiting for them to show up. It's they enter a dot state and then they walk towards you, and it's like not a quick thing. Because usually in dots, they can just run through it really quick, and like if you blink, you don't know it happened, and it's really annoying. This means it'll walk towards you, disappear if you're in the same room as the ghost. So this isn't a favorite room piece of evidence. Thankfully, it's just like if you're right next to the ghost and you turn it on, the ghost will now be visible, which I like a lot. It's not a favorite type of room. It's the same room you're in. Uh, Dots ghost photos now count as no more ghost photos. So now you can take a picture of that ghost in the dot state and it shows up as a ghost photo. So you get extra money for that. Nice change. Banshees will roam towards their target instead. Uh, roam towards their, I guess Banshees are target indifferently. So it probably means they'll roam towards who they're currently targeting because they single out people. Firelights and igniters. You can now turn off firelights by pressing the use button again while holding it. Firelights now have a duration for effect and can no longer stop the sanity drain completely with different effects. So, just less sanity loss. Not that big of a deal. I like this parabolic microphone change. When using a parabolic microphone, you will now clearly hear all sounds you are aiming towards within range, and all of the sounds will be muffled. So think of it like a cone. It's a cone, and everything on the outer edge of the cone will be like muffled, so you can like turn your head to single out something, and everything within that cone will be heard and heard clearly, and it's really really nice. um Incense, which had its name changed, matchbook and lighters. The interval in which ghost checks if incense if an incense is active is now smaller, making repelling the ghost much more consistent, which is self-explanatory, but that's a good change. Using incense during another incense's effect will now reset the timer instead of doing nothing. Also a very good change. So it's not like wasting an item. Salt and ultraviolet. Salt will now only reveal footsteps if the ghost has ultraviolet evidence, which is a little interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. UV prints now must be charged by a UV light to take a successful photo. So like usually you could just walk up with a camera and take the photo if you know it's there without having it. Now you actually someone else has to shine the light on it, which can be a little annoying for single player play, but what are you gonna do? Footprints will not be affected by ghost traits similar to fingerprints. Um, I don't. There's a lot of things in here that I guess I don't entirely know. Um, I don't really know what to say about that one. Glow sticks can now be used again after they dim to shake to revitalize the light they produce. So they aren't just a one and done, which is really nice. I really do enjoy that one. Thermometers and temperatures. Thermometers. This is my favorite change in the entire thing. It's literally the greatest. Thermometers are now counted as a starter item alongside the other evidence. Let's go! I love the thermometer. Thermometer is the best item in this game because it finds the favorite room immediately. Immediately. It's quick. You find the favorite room immediately. And them finally adding it to the starter loot is amazing because now you don't have to pay for it. I don't know. My favorite change in the entire thing. Great idea. Cold breath will now show below 5 degrees Celsius and below. This is a bit controversial just because cold breath is usually a freezing temps evidence, and now it's not because it's 5 degrees and below, but it says down here that freezing temperature ghosts uh go below 0 Celsius. Sorry, it's right there. So it's freezing or cold breath will now no longer be reliable in finding freezing temps. At least I think that's what that means. You must now show a thermometer. You must now use a thermometer to find freezing temps at 0 Celsius. Yeah, that's what. So cold breath is no longer viable or like completely reliable. Or below 32 Fahrenheit if you use that mode. Celsius is just so much easier. To receive a room temperature reading, you must now use the hold button. That's tiers 1 and 2 only. I don't have them. I can't show you them yet. So, uh, anyway, room temperatures will now be more consistent between players. I guess it wasn't. Freezing ghosts can lower the temperature to negative 10 C. So can. They won't always do it. And non-freezing ghosts can lower it to 1. So you will never get that mixed up. And below 10, if you're using Celsius, like a normal person, below 10 is not freezing temperatures. Below 0 is freezing temperatures. So getting 1 and 0 isn't freezing temps. Actually, getting 0 is freezing temps. But getting 1 and above is not. It has to be negative. Continuing on, we have, I didn't finish that. Whoopsie. Temperatures will now drop at just a lower speed. So you have to stay in the room longer. You can't just like one and done it. Um, Tripod, max amount reduced to 4. I That's not that big of a deal. I don't really, me personally, I don't use video cameras that often, so it's not that big of a deal to me. This is an interesting change. Ghosts can now throw video cameras like other items, and ghosts can now rarely knock over tripods. So if you have a camera set up and like let's say it's like watching a book or something, now the ghost can knock off the camera and you have to go fix it, which I kind of like because now it relates back to what I said about I don't like the camping in the van strategy. Now you actually have to go and fix it if you are camping in the van. So I do like that. Real quickly, I do want to pull back up Phasmophobia and show that if you pull up the video camera here, knockdown chance is high for tier 1 and that goes down. So I do like that. It's an interesting change because also the higher tier of the camera, the less like knockdown chance it has. And every tier has different abilities that honestly you wouldn't think. like video camera image quality low, paranormal interference. So like when a ghost, you're looking at a ghost, it's high, and knockdown chance high. I think that's really cool. It also tells whether or not it's electronic. So in case what ghost is it? How do I pull a journal? There we go. Is it Faye? Why can I not find that? Oh, down here. Um, no. Yeah, pressure. So, right, electrical devices, you never know which one they're specifically talking about. Now you do, because it literally says electronic right there. I just wanted to note that real quick, because good change, as well as interesting change for the other one. Consumables. I don't like this. Personally, I don't like this. Some items are now consumable. This means that if you are using an item during a contract marked as consumable in the item shop, you will now have to purchase it again when you leave. So if you take the crucifix with you, it says a crucifix right here. If you take the crucifix with you and you put it in the room, whether or not it gets eaten up, when you leave that game and you go back to the lobby to get your money, you have to rebuy the crucifix. So it's really only good if you're doing it on high levels where you're making a bunch of money. Um, I don't know. I get it for some of these other things, like salt. Salt, I get it. Medication, I get that. Crucifix, what if it doesn't break? What if it doesn't break? I don't know. That one I'm not very happy with. But um yeah, once again, what are you gonna do? Disabling items in custom difficulty will not consume items. So when you're doing a custom difficulty, you make it not consume items. However, rewards will be set to 0. So it's really only for testing out play. Photo system, I like this change. Added a new photo camera system which takes into consideration the distance and view angle of the evidence. This will significantly change the quality of photos. So it just makes them more clear. That's fine. This is the good one. Evidence in photos will now be the closer and centralized to get a higher quality reward. So if the ghost is in like the corner of the screen and it's half cut off, you'll get like, let's say $10. But if it's in the middle and it's a clear photo, they're facing you, you're facing them, you're given some good looking eye contact, then you get like, let's say $50. I do like this because it not only rewards better camera play, but also it gives you more money for better camera play. So you don't have to like just, I saw it, and then take a picture and then get the same amount of money as if like you got the most amazing newspaper worthy photo ever. So I do like this. It rewards better play. Whoopsie. Reward changes. I like part of this. Several awards have had their values adjusted to feel more rewarding, encouraging to completion of objectives. Rewards for all objectives, tests, and weekly challenges have been increased drastically. More money, which is really, really good for this consumable change. Um, that you get more money. It makes up for it partly. Any experience earned will now give you the same amount in dollars. Pretty good. Rewards for collecting the bone will no longer be affected by the rewards multiplier. This is the reason I said I don't like it. Because admittedly it ruins a cheese that me and my buddy would do. What we'd do is we'd set the custom difficulty multiplier the highest we can go. It used to be 24, but now it's 15. And we'd go and we'd literally grab the bone, and the bone gives $10. And reward multiplier would be at the time 24. So you'd get $240 for it. And then we'd leave. We wouldn't even find the ghost. We'd guess it, but we wouldn't find it. And then we'd take a picture, and taking a picture, I think you can take a picture of the bone, and that is affected by the reward multiplier. So remember to take pictures of your bones, people. Um, skeleton. Well, I'm gonna stop talking. But anyway, so collecting it just straight up doesn't get affected by the reward multiplier, which ruins my cheese that my buddies and I used to do. But you know, what are you gonna do? It's it's still fine because I believe you can still take a picture and that's effective. Training, training mission. So you know, like I'm not even gonna explain it. That's so straightforward. Training mission has been replaced with a brand new experience. To access it, pressing the training menu button on the main menu. This version of training version of training is set in a custom-built warehouse with different rooms to show the player how to use each evidence equipment, as well as give tips and tricks on how to play the game in a controlled environment. I also like this. This one's a really good change because it's just new players. I had a friend grab this game recently and they had no idea what to do. It's literally each room shows you how to use something. It's perfect. The training room is perfect. It's really good now. So it's not like hey, this random house has three evidence. Go find it. It shows you how to use each one. And I do really think that's a perfect training ground. Gamepad, added gamepad UI controls, voice recognition, main menu. I think this is just for like controller. Um, Replaced with the UI navigational virtual on-screen controller. It's all right. Blocking players. You can now block other players. Blocking other players will keep them permanently muted until you unblock them. So, in a public body lobby, someone annoying you, block them. Nothing else to say. To block and unblock a player, press the block button on either on either their player card or recent players page. You can also unblock players by going to the block players tab in the pause menu. Can I pull this up right now for you? Pause menu, options. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me bring it up on screen. So if you go to pause menu up in this top, recent players, block players. Obviously, I just pulled this up. I don't have any more blocks, but you have a whole block players thing right here. So maybe someone pissed you off for one time, but you don't want to keep them blocked. There you go. Um, Very good change. I do think that's nice. So then you don't have to turn down their volume. It's just, I don't, it's fine, all right. Um, Upgraded new Unity engine for many performance improvements. A lot of this is just okay. Small tier button, shop. I'm trying to read and think there's anything interesting. Set an loadout to auto buy. This is good. This will refill any missing items when finishing a mission, but only if you have the money to buy all items. This is good. So like you need two crucies, you use them both. It auto buys it before you start. Support for Quest Pro. Interesting. Changes. I think this is a better place to look at than the new tab because I do like the things here. In-game voice system has been replaced with photon voice. If you don't know what photon voice is, I was talking with a buddy. Let me grab that screenshot. Is an SDK that makes it easy to add high quality, low latency voice chat to a Unity application. So it's just better voice chat. It's about it. It's not like it doesn't change how it sounds. It just changes the latency and I guess the quality. I guess that changes how it sounds. Oopsie. Replaced and added several new sounds for equipment. This is fun. Moved the camera view for the head-mounted camera so that's slightly easier to watch other players' view. I like that. Crucifixes now have an extra 50% range per tier against demons. Just against demons. Incense will now have a 50% extra duration per tier against Mori. Rebaked lighting in all locations, main menu, and training. Increase the height of equipment list panel in the lobby. Increase the penalty for choosing a monkey paw in custom games. I have no idea what that means. Saying in Spirit Box, I wish to see the ghost will no longer teleport the ghost in front of you, but instead and reveal it in its current position. I think that's really cool. I like that a lot. Um, Turning off flashlights in custom difficulty will now turn off all lights, dots, UV, etc. That is good. Um, I guess it I guess it's more of a change. Yeah, a change that should have been done. Updated all equipment loadouts for weekly challenges to accommodate tiers. Some are harder, some are easier. Reduce the chance for a ghost to interact with a door as it was overpowering other actions. Move tarot cards to the collection cabinet so you can see all at once on all aspect ratios. Um, it's in your collection cabinet. Interesting. Candles found inside contracts can still be lit, but are no longer grabbable and do not provide any sanity altering effects. The take a ghost or the take a ghost photo objective will no longer count if you take a ghost photo when your journal is already full. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but if you have all the photos inside your journal, let me pull up fast real quick. Um, Go to journal, photos. If all 8 of these, all 10 of these slots are filled up, it doesn't count. So take your photos wisely. This update is very much promoting good photo play, which I do like. Light range has been reduced, no longer cast shadows to save performance, improve performance, reduce distortion for VR, improved, replaced VR smooth monitor view, several candies. It's yeah. Um, so we're about at the end. I will say, fixed a common crash when initializing VR. I had this issue multiple times on stream. It was really, really annoying. It was very annoying. I'd crash multiple times. And I just got so sick of it that I just ended stream. It was the worst. Um, but that's about it. Um, Overall, I like this update. I think this update is really, really good. It adds new items. I'm not going to praise the leveling system. It's kind of stupid. Um, Thermometers now main piece of evidence. So I like this update overall. I think this update is really good and really healthy because it also promotes better play. But there are some changes that I'm really not a fan of, like the consumables. Um, but overall, I really enjoyed this update and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I will be streaming it later, sometime later. I'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you for watching. What are your thoughts on this new Ascension update? It does have a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of stuff that needs to be discussed. But I thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.